a seat. It's nice and comfy.
Oh, sure, that's probably what they tell them on death row after that nice long walk. Have a seat. Nice and comfy.
So are we a little bit nervous?
We are about to turn into a puddle on the floor. I can't tell you how long it's been since I dragged myself into one of these torture chambers. I mean, just look at this stuff. Power tools are for making furniture. Whoever said they should go inside somebody's mouth? I'll catch you later.
Oh, Mrs. Capwell, you don't mean that.
How do you know what I mean?
Well, this doctor is very, very good. You won't feel a thing.
You won't feel a thing. Nice and comfy. Okay, you just tell Dr. What's-His-Face to hurry up. Or I've changed my mind. What is this? What do you think you're doing?
The doctor will see you.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you created a miracle.
Miss Light will need some time to herself, to a meditation and prayer, you understand?
Mission accomplished.
How was it?
Well, when Oscar time rolls around, I hope they save one of those gold statues just for you.
Thanks. I'm honored.
Honor doesn't pay the rent. You go.
Mark, I have to talk to you.
You got a radio in your car. We got to get help.
Yeah, I have a radio. What's going on? Is there a problem?
Eden, I don't know what happened. She's all of a sudden she was in the water.
Where is she?
She's up the beach. She kept getting out further and further. That's why I called for help.
Miss your appointment, Sugar Plum. I couldn't let you do that.
This isn't funny, Keith. Unlock these things.
Oh, yeah. Wait a second. Where those little suckers, those keys? I must have left them in my apartment.
You know, when the dentist gets in here, he's going to think you're some kind of deviant for doing this to me.
What?
The dentist. The dentist. The nurse just went to get him.
Oh, did you see a dentist?
Well, he's probably in with another patient.
Huh? Did you see any patients? Huh? Did you?
Nurse! Nurse! Nurse, come back!
Sweetheart, no, the nurse had to go. She sends her regards, baby.
Well, Keith, what were you doing? What is this?
Well, honey, you remember that dentist that came up to you, huh? In the Orient Express? Well, you see, he was an old pal of mine, baby, and I told him to sweet talk you and to get you in here for the appointment. What do you know? It worked. You're here, you know? It's all on the wrist, you know?
You're sick, Keith. You're sick, and so are your jokes.
Oh, honey, I'm not joking. I'm gonna help you get that little molar out right now, huh? Come on now. Come on. Open wide. Come on.
Stop it. You just stop it. You're not a dentist.
Almost?
What do you mean, almost? What is this almost stuff?
Oh, honey, in my erstwhile youth, I was a toss-up between medicine and law. I took dentistry for a whole year.
Oh, like hell you did.
Honey, would you rather have Laurence Olivier? I don't think so. I know a lot about bicuspids, molars, you know. Your favorites are canines, hmm? Yeah. Even wisdom teeth. Let's see, you got any wisdom in there, huh?
You'll never know.
I didn't quite catch that.
I said you'll never know. Just stay away from me. Enough is enough, Keith. Now just cut it out.
Do you know exactly what goes on during a root canal? Here, let me explain this to you.
No.
Really? Okay, well then we'll just dive right into it. Huh? Forget about this. Let's see. Whoa, hey! We're out of Novocaine. We're just gonna have to plug along here. Okay.
Would you stop, please?
Honey, I can't stop now. I'm all fired up. I can't wait to see how much I remember from all those years.
Keith, stop it, please.
Well, you see, there's one way you have to stop. You tell me where the tape is hidden. Huh? Otherwise...
Sophia, why does the name Gina come in my head?
Because that was the name on the invitation. You're quite right.
We just got the invitation today.
Yes, of course. Well, I'm not going to be the bride this time around. However, next time I will be, and you're both invited.
Will you excuse us, please? Thank you. Darling, I am very sorry. I barely know the man. I did some business with him several months ago. I don't know where she got his name from. Somehow she's managed to invite the entire Western Hemisphere.
Doesn't matter.
Well, look, why don't we go someplace else, huh?
No, don't be ridiculous.
I don't want you to feel uncomfortable with these people.
I will only feel uncomfortable if I let myself feel uncomfortable, and I will not let Gina reduce me to that. Sit down, darling, please. I mean, if we actually only have a few days left, by God, I think we better make the most of it. Listen, I was just about to go to one of those machines where they cough up $20 bills, but who needs a bank card when you're here to give it away? Don't tell me. You gave him money so he could take up samba lessons now that he can walk.
Stay out of it, Julia.
I was an eyewitness to fraud. It's a little difficult for someone in my position to ignore that.
Try.
Do you think Amy would be very proud of you knowing that you're sneaking around corners making secret payoffs?
Leave Amy out of it.
Rick, if you concentrate on revenge, it will trap you. Don't you want to give away the pain?
Not until I've taught the great healer a lesson.
You're not going to teach Lilylite anything if you give her power over you. And the minute you start trying to out-con her, you've lost.
Jill, I have to do this my way.
It's not your way. It's hers. You're cheating people and you're scheming.
That's right, because that's the only way she understands. Now, if it helps to have her stop hurting other people, then it can't be all that wrong. Right, Julia? I'm going to show her up for what she is so that no one else ever gets taken in by her lies. Again.
Talk to me. Eden's Cruz.
Eden.
Eden, baby. Darling. You'll be okay. Got her now. I want to stick around. Let go. Yeah, all right. Back to your side. Eden, I'm right here. You'll be okay. It's all right.
She's all right.
Yeah, thank you.
I did it. This time I did it. I saw her go out there swimming.
I know.
This time I saved her.
so scared, Mason. I thought for sure he was going to feel my hand shaking and call me something, call me a fake.
I thought sure you'd find a way to put him off.
I'm so glad I didn't. Just think, his life is going to be completely different now. He must be so happy.
All because of you.
Well, I'm not going to take all of the credit. From what I've heard, that this power, it's a gift that comes through you. And I'm just a channel for it, a conduit.
You starting to believe your own press notices, Lily?
Mason, you saw what happened.
I saw a man who appeared to be crippled, and then I saw him appear to be healed after you said a few words. That doesn't prove anything.
Now, you think all of this power is black magic, but it's not, Mason. It's belief. It's faith. You know, this man was healed. He thought I could help him, and his trust was so strong that he willed himself to walk again.
I don't know, Lily. It's one thing to listen to you preach, but when you start to believe it yourself, I'm not sure I can go along for the ride.
Who are you calling?
I'm going to try to bring you back down to earth. We've got some work to do.
What?
That tape. We've got to get it from Gina, your newfound sanctity notwithstanding. Now, be a good girl and make nice to Mommy. After all, she was your first success in the wonderful world of healing. We wouldn't want to forget those humble beginnings.
Let's see, now, come on, now, where's that little tape hidden, huh? Is that behind there one of those molars,
Shut it off. Shut it off, Keith. I can't stand the sound.
Sweetheart, the sound's gonna be a lot worse when it's echoing inside your head. Of course, you probably won't hear it. You'll be screaming too loud.
You know, I've heard about people like you. You're a sadist. You should be working in some kind of prison camp.
Yeah, I think, yep, this will do just fine, yes. You know, I didn't think I was going to enjoy this, but what has to be, doesn't it now? Come on, open.
Go ahead, Keith. You think a little bit of pain is going to make me give up the most valuable thing I have ever owned?
How about a lot of pain, huh? Let's talk a lot of pain.
No pain. No gain.
Honey, I'm not talking about a few extra sit-ups here. I'm talking about agony here, you know?
All right. I don't care. Go ahead. I won't tell you a blessed thing about that tape. I knew it. You're sick, Keith. But even you aren't that sick.
Damn.
You know something? You're really pathetic. You go to all this trouble, you set everything up, and you can't make it pay off for yourself. And the part about the dental school, that was the best. I almost bought it. Because I could just picture you in a little white smock with a handy roll of dental floss in your pocket. And when your female patients came in, you could give them a little extra laughing gas so they wouldn't notice when you slipped your hand into the forbidden zone.
You know, you're playing a dangerous game, though. You know, you push and you push and you push, but one day you push too far. You know what happens then? That all the bets are off. I'm not responsible for what I do, and you could be on the receiving end. Hmm?
I need to go to the hospital.
I want to have a doctor check you out.
All I do is swallow some water.
It's not open for discussion. You almost drown out there. We're going to not take any chances.
I don't want to leave you.
I'll be there. I'll be right behind you, I promise.
I have to explain.
No, you don't. You don't have to explain anything now. There'll be plenty of time for that later. Right now you have to rest.
We're going to move you over by the entrance now.
Then we'll bring the ambulance around.
Hey, listen. You promise you're going to be okay? One of the guys from downtown is taking a statement from Martin. I'm going to see if he wants anything from me.
No.
We're going to get the ambulance now. We'll be right back. You just sit tight.
That's about it, all right? You need to hear me there? No, everything's fine. Take a statement. How are you doing?
Well, I still haven't stopped shivering, but I think I'm okay.
You should feel better than okay. You just got your life-saving badge. I don't know how to thank you.
Don't thank me. I did it more for myself than for anybody.
I don't care why you did it. I'm sure glad you did.
Oh, Cruz, it was so unreal. It was like going back in time. I looked out there and saw her struggling, and it was like seeing Katie all over again. I had been angry just like before, but this time I knew what I had to do. Finally, I made the right choice.
You just needed a second chance, Tori.
Yeah, but it doesn't make up for Katie. But finally, I'm beginning to have a little more faith in myself. It's been a long time since I've had any.
I think you're going to be okay now.
You know, I think this is the first moment in 5 years where I haven't felt afraid. Oh,
and have a drink. Your bartender makes a great whiskey sour. Taste.
I'd rather drink hemlock.
I think what he's trying to say is we don't want anything from you. Unless maybe it's your disappearance from the face of the earth.
Oh, Sophia. Better people than you have tried to make me disappear. People with creativity, imagination, and lethal dental tools. But to no avail, I'm still here.
So is cholera and malaria. Can't get rid of some plagues.
Oh, wait a minute, Cece. Come on. I just have to run a few things by you for your approval. Now, we've already discussed the cathedral, but I was thinking about the reception. What do you think about the Bel Air? I think it's nice. A lot of people say it's rather staid, but class is class.
You wouldn't know class if it jumped up and bit you in the behind.
Oh, come on, Cece. I'm going to need a little help. You see, I have to go down and talk to the Bel Air people personally, since it's on such short notice. I thought maybe you'd give me the company jet and I could hop down to L.A. tonight.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. The company jet's been rented for 40 or 50 years at least. Why don't you invest in a pair of hiking boots? You might make the Bel Air by the weekend.
Cece, I am serious. Give me a hand. After all, it's your wedding, too.
No, it isn't, Gina. It's not a wedding, it's a joke. And the only one who doesn't get it is you.
Well, laugh it up, sweetheart. Only you're not going to think it's so funny when I'm sitting in the Capwell mansion with Mrs. C.C. Capwell written all over my thank you note.
Gina, you can live where you want, and you can say what you want, and you can print up what you want, and you can send invitations to whomever you want to this farce of a wedding. But it's not going to make any difference. Do you know why? Because everyone is going to be laughing at you, like they always do. Drinking expensive champagne, and from the other side of their mouth, they're going to be laughing at the overdressed, over-eager, oversexed tramp.
Well, at least I'm not over the hill.
Soon, Gina. And then every line in that self-satisfied face of yours will tell an ugly story. Only, unfortunately, there'll be no one to tell it to. Because you're going to be alone. Thoroughly and hopelessly alone.
Listen, why don't you keep that on? You'll get a chill if you don't.
It's a good idea. How's Eden?
She says she's okay. The guys from the emergency unit are going to take her to the hospital just to make sure. Tori, why did she do it?
She was upset. I think she was trying to remind me of something that I wanted to forget.
You had an argument?
She was desperate to talk to Martin.
About what?
About why he was here in Santa Barbara, and I told her it just wasn't a good time, but she wouldn't listen to me.
Listen, what did Eden say to you?
She wanted me to tell you that she tried to stop me from coming here. She was pretty frantic. She was afraid that if I didn't back up her story, that you would leave her. I guess she didn't figure you could survive the truth.
So she really did bring you here.
And I wish I had never listened to her. Then I might have a career now instead of a knee brace. But you know, Eden's one of those people. She doesn't really think about consequences, does she? All she thinks about is what she wants.
I don't think you know her well enough to make judgments like that.
You know, it's really painful when somebody you love lies to you. I wanted to warn you. It was going to come out eventually.
It's just so hard for me to believe that she would do that.
Well, she was desperate. I guess she thought that maybe you wouldn't forgive her, and she couldn't handle it, so she went running into the water.
Inspector?
Yeah.
Miss Capwell's not with you?
She was on the stretcher, man. You were going to put her in the ambulance. What happened?
Well, we had to leave her for a minute.
The ambulance was still on the access road.
We brought it around, and then
She was gone.
Well, that's just great. Let's split up and find her. She can't have gotten far. Come on. Go down.
I knew it.
Knew what?
You're a born mama's girl. Gina cries a few tears, puts out the home sweet home sign, and right away that anger and hurt starts to ooze into something sticky and sentimental.
Oh, that's not true. I hate her.
Oh, that's a fine line I know very well, Lily. You think you want to kill Gina for abandoning you. All you really want is never to be abandoned again. You just want your mama's arms around you, telling you she'll never go away.
No, I don't. I don't want her anywhere near me.
It's obvious that you don't know what you want, Lily.
Well, maybe that's true, Mason. But that's because I have people telling me what I should want and how I should feel. Mason, I just have too many people pulling at me. You with your tape and Gina begging me to love her. Now, when am I going to be able to decide what I want?
That's a luxury at the moment. You have to concentrate on what you owe, Lily, and you owe me. I'm the one who put you on the comeback trail, remember? I got your credibility back, so try not to forget that.
Excuse me, but does Lily Light live here?
For the time being.
Well, can I see her? I brought my father. And we have money. We can pay.
What is it you want?
Are you Lily Light?
Yes.
It's her. My father is deaf. Since he was a little boy. See, there was this accident, and he's never had any hope of being able to hear. Then someone told us about you.
Well, I don't know if I can make a difference. You have to understand that. I have helped other people, but I don't know about this time.
No. You don't understand. My father will understand. But please, try and help us.
Sit down.
Come on, Dad. Well, what'd you do that for? Don't you believe us?
Some people are just pathologically suspicious. Can you read lips?
Well, sometimes if you speak slowly.
I want to help you, but I can't promise. Just relax. Close your eyes. This is a good man, a kind man. He should know the joy of music and voices and the laughter of his daughter. Let her love and the love of all of us bring the gift of hearing to one who has been in silence for so long. Let love be the power.
Let love be the power. Let love be the power.
Power! Power!
Let love be the power. That's what I was saying. Did you... You heard me! You heard me, Daddy! You heard me!
Let me give thanks for this wonderful power.
Oh, Miss Light, I don't know what to say, please.
Oh, no. Your happiness is enough.
Oh, no.
But you...
Do you have any other family?
Yes, my mother and a brother. They're waiting for us at home.
Oh, well, go tell them. Go tell them.
Bless you, Miss Light. Bless you. You really are an angel. Come on, Pop. Thank you. Bye.
It happened again, Mason. This is just too good to be true.
Much too good. Too good, too timely, and too easy.
It would have been sometime in the last 15 minutes or so. She couldn't have gotten here before then.
Sorry, Inspector, I haven't seen her.
You know someone?
You seen Eden?
What happened? What's going on?
Well, there was some kind of accident out at the beach.
With Eden?
Yeah, she almost drowned. It was on the radio.
She all right?
I think so. It seems that Victoria Lane rescued her.
Victoria Lane?
The actress.
Yes, I know who she is. My goodness.
Why, Dr. Timmons? You look as though you've seen a ghost.
Close enough.
Dolly, anything at all can be forgiven as long as there's love.
Sometimes you ask too much of love. I think I've taken advantage of that.
Oh, everybody does. It's human nature as long as you realize it. You should let Cruz know that you've learned from your mistakes, that's all.
Daddy, do you know how many times he's heard that from me?
So what? You know how many times your mother's heard it from me?
I'm just afraid.
Listen, sweetheart, maybe you should take some time. You stay at the house where Rosa picks up the room for you. You start to think about...
No.
Darling, I'm only trying
I
to...
know. You're just trying to help. And I'm sorry. I just can't keep running to my father and hiding.
Now, what are you talking about hiding? You're not hiding. It's a place to be alone, to think things out.
I know. But you see, it's like I'm using you and Mama. Every time I have a problem, I come here so you'll tell me that it's all right.
You know something, Ella? I always felt that's what home is all about. A place to go where everything is forgiven and accepted.
It is.
And I love you so much. But I have another home. And there's somebody there that has to accept me. And I don't know if he will or not. But I have to go and see. I can't run anymore.
Well, I certainly am glad Mr. Capwell changed his mind. Say, I have to get to L.A. in a hurry. I've got a dinner meeting at the Bel Air Hotel. Oh, by the way, we'll be spending the night. I want to hit Rodeo in the morning. You know, a girl has to think of her trousseau. We'll probably be ready to go about noon. So you better enter that in your log or whatever. So, shall we get started? Hit it.
Oh, want to have a baby. I can't wait for this storybook situation, whatever that is, to happen. I mean, you can wait forever. I don't have forever.
I'm raising Johnny all alone now.
I know you are. And I've seen you with him. You're a wonderful father. Rick, that's...
What?
How did we get in this discussion talking about me and my future plans anyway?
Well, I said I didn't want to talk about Lily Light anymore, so we changed the subject.
So you let me bore you for the last hour.
No, that's not true. It does me good to hear someone talking about bringing a new life into the world. I think too much about what's gone, I forget what can be.
It is a privilege, isn't it? To be able to create a life. Ever since I decided to do this, I've become so preoccupied with it that it's all I ever think or obviously talk about.
It's all you need to be a good mother. That and to always remember what a miracle it is.
You know, Brick, it's important to me that the man who agrees to help me with this, it's important that he feels that way, too.
Of course.
You feel that way.
Yes, I told you that.
Brooke, would you consider fathering a child for me? Sorry. You don't have to think about it right now. I mean, this is something that someone needs time to think about.
Julia, I don't know what to say.
You don't say anything. Just think about it. Just go home and think.
You really mean it?
Rick, you're a wonderful man. You're smart, you're down to earth, you're caring. And don't laugh, but I actually made out a list of requirements for the perfect father, and you seem to fit just about all of them. Is that hard to believe?
You know, ever since Amy died, I don't want to even look in the mirror. She took so much of me with her that I'm afraid that sometimes there's nothing left inside. But now you tell me that you see all these things inside me.
It's still there. It's all inside you.
You could make me think so.
Does that mean you'll consider my request? I'm sorry. I told you just now that you had all the time in the world. I know I'm putting you on the spot.
No, I can tell you now. Julia, I can't be the father of your baby. And it's not because I'm not flattered or proud or even touched beyond belief. It's just that after what happened, I can't take part in that miracle, just walk away. I hope you can understand.
I think I do.
You've given me something very special today. I'm sorry that I can't give you that back.
all right. It's not really the right time. I should have realized that.
This conversation makes me miss Johnny. I think I'll go home now.
Give him a big kiss for me.
Thank you.
Did it go okay? The lady is convinced that she's the second coming.
Doesn't take much. Here's something for you and for your girl.
Anytime.
Rick, how fortuitous. I think you can help me with something.
I doubt it, Mason. I have to get home now.
This will only take a moment. I'm looking for someone. Let me describe him for you. He's a male Caucasian, about 50, average height, reddish hair. Here's the clincher. Up until a few minutes ago, he was totally deaf, and now he hears perfectly. You know anybody that fits that bill?
I told you I have to get home.
I followed that gentleman from my place to this very spot. I know what you're up to, Brick, and I plan to tell Lily. I'm going to tell her that you've been putting people up to this.
Come on, Mason. She won't believe you. She's too busy patting herself on the hip.
Cruz?
Yeah. Leave it off, please.
I don't blame you for not wanting to look at me.
I'm trying to figure out why, Eden. I've been trying a long time.
I don't have any answers. Nothing that I haven't already said. The only difference this time is the enormity of the mistake. I don't think I've ever done anything like this.
I never thought you'd lie to me. That I didn't expect.
It just got out of control so fast. The harder I tried to fix it, the worse it got.
Yeah, well, the way you fix a lie is you tell the truth.
I feel so ashamed. I don't understand how this happens.
It happens again and again.
Yeah, again and again.
If you really can't understand it, I don't know how I can.
I don't expect you to. I know what I'm asking is maybe impossible. I'm asking you to accept without understanding. Just know that I'm a very imperfect person. And forgive me. Do you think you can do that?
So where's your book on genetics?
I put it aside for a while. I didn't think it was necessary to memorize it.
Oh, come on, Julia. With your bouncing baby's double helix at the stake, I don't think you'd be willing to burn the midnight oil. I'm sorry, I don't mean to make light of something so sacred to you. Probably just sour grapes on my part.
Really? Why?
Well, you're evidently sizing up the male population, looking for a candidate. I've yet to hear even a hint that you've been considering me.
You? What for?
Well, what are we talking about here? The father of your child. I have a lot to offer, genetically speaking.
Such as?
Well above average intelligence, bit of blue in the old blood, sound bone structure, good strong teeth.
Yeah, they're not bad. But this isn't a slave auction.
You do a lot worse, Julia.
Have you forgotten the little endearing traits? They're hiding in the old genetic code right with your good teeth. Deceitfulness, cynicism, self-importance, and cruelty. Shall I go on?
Nobody's perfect.
Oh, I don't expect perfect. I just thought I'd give a shot at human. Or decent.
I can be both, the right person.
I must admit I've seen glimpses. But they're few and far between, Mason.
Well, maybe they'd get closer if you and I got closer. The truth is...
Yes?
No, you wouldn't appreciate it.
Oh, I always appreciate the truth.
Well, the truth is, I have been wondering, lo, these many months, just what the terror of the courtroom is like between the sheets.
I forgot to add crude to the list. I don't know what made me forget that.
Give me a break. I'm as red-blooded as the next man.
I thought you were blue-blooded.
I'm that, too. I'm very colorful.
Yeah, I've been told. Thanks anyway.
Well, it's your last chance. Price goes up at midnight.
I must say I hate to turn down a bargain. But maybe next time.
Ah, hope. How sweet the prospect.
No.
Well, if it isn't the woman of the hour, full-time actress, part-time lifeguard.
I want to be alone, please.
Pity you weren't there when Katie was in trouble. You might have saved her life. She could be here today. You know, I saw you when you walked in. You looked like $1 million. Greeting, meeting people, all smiles, you know? I mean, normally you're looking over your shoulder like there's somebody sneaking up on you. This time you looked happy, like the weight of the world was off your shoulders. Why is that?
Shouldn't we be there by now? When you go up, you come down, you're in L.A. What's all that water down there? Where are you taking me? I mean, there's water and water and more water. We're going to L.A., not Hawaii. Answer me, pilot.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. But we do ask that the passengers keep their seatbelts fastened. You never know when we're going to hit a little turbulence.
I'll give you turbulence, Sophia. What do you think you're doing?
We're taking a little trip, Gina, to a little island. Oh, you're going to love it. It's so quiet and desolate. No telephone, no telegraph. As a matter of fact, no one will even know that you're there.
Sophia, you have 10 seconds to tell this robot to turn this crate around.
Don't mind her. She gets a little cranky when there's no in-flight movie.
10 seconds.
Come on, Gina. We both know that you can't count that high. So just sit back, stretch out, and enjoy your flight.
Please say something.
I don't know what to say.
Please, Cruz. I don't deserve your forgiveness, but I'm begging you. I need you so much. Please say something. I'm going to turn it on.
Don't turn that on.
Whatever you say, you could say it to my face.
I don't think you want to see what I'm doing.
I've seen you angry at me before.
This is a lot deeper than anger, believe me.
Oh, Cruz.
Eden. What am... Apparently you need something I can't give you. Some kind of safety, some trust. I don't know. What I've done and said and felt doesn't work. You go behind my back.
I love you. It's because I love you.
And it's because of who you are, who I am, where you've come from. I love you too. Obviously, that's not enough.
It is. It's always been enough.
It's not enough to keep you from doing things you know you shouldn't do. It's not enough to keep you from hurting people badly.
I'll try to change.
You have tried. I have seen you try. Baby, something is missing.
I just want you to know one thing. And that is that I tried to get a hold of Martin. Oh, for God's sakes, I tried. When we were at the chateau, I realized I made a horrible mistake. And I tried to call him, but it was too late. He'd already left.
Then why didn't you just tell me there and then so I could have put a stop to this?
Because it was so perfect. It was magical. And I was afraid I was going to ruin it. And then I don't know what I thought.
Well, it doesn't really matter now, does it? Because the damage is done.
Don't say that. It sounds so final. For God's sake, Jimmy, look at me.
Why? I don't know what I'm looking for anymore. I don't know who you are.
Good.
What am I going to tell you? I don't know what's real. I don't know what's true. I don't know what changes and what's supposed to stay the same. All I know is this is no good. I didn't want to say it. I don't even want to. You know, it's true.
No, it's not true. You and I are not over. It'll never be over. Never.